Tulpa is a concept in mysticism of a being or object which is created through sheer spiritual or mental discipline alone. Wikipedia. In Tibetan Buddhist esotericism, a tulpa is an emanation, a magical creation, an entity built from thoughts, a being or object first created in the imagination by visualization techniques and then willed into reality. We might think of it as a Jungian complex that is first resident in the personal unconscious and then escapes into the collective unconscious, where it acquires the capacity to enter physical reality, given that the physical world itself is actually a mental construct held within the collective unconscious. A tulpa is a magical creature that attains corporeal reality, having originally been merely imaginary. It is the reified imagination, as indeed the world itself is a reified thought form on the grand, cosmic scale. The tulpa is a thought form capable of independent action. It has a persistent personality and identity. To all intents and purposes, it has gained its own reality, at least until its owner dissolves it, if the owner still can. Tulpas, for Buddhist monks, are extra bodies, created in a monk's mind to allow travel to spiritual realms. A tulpa can be likened to an imaginary friend made real. A tulpa is brought to life by a tulpamancer, a magician who makes and communicates with tulpas. Tulpas possess their own thoughts and emotions, their own reality. They can act independently of their creator. The Abrahamic creation story could be retold in Buddhist terms as the tale of a cosmic Buddha who created a Tulpa world, then populated it with individual tulpas he created, each with its own identity and autonomy. Everyone, and everything, is simply a creation of the source Buddha mind. Reality is just a creation of the imagination, it's the most vivid of dreams. Think about it. Each time we go to sleep and dream, our unconscious mind creates a dream world and all the characters with which to populate it. The whole thing is a private Tulpa world, inhabited by tulpas, all created by one mind. Now imagine the same process on a cosmic scale. One unconscious mind, the unconscious mind of the cosmic Buddha, makes everything out of its own thoughts. This is the domain of Maya. Wikipedia says, Maya, literally illusion or magic, has multiple meanings in Indian philosophies depending on the context. In later Vedic texts and modern literature dedicated to Indian traditions, Maya connotes a magic show, an illusion where things appear to be present but are not what they seem. Maya is also a spiritual concept connoting that which exists, but is constantly changing and thus is spiritually unreal, and the power or the principle that conceals the true character of spiritual reality. In Advaita Vedanta school of Hindu philosophy, Maya is the powerful force that creates the cosmic illusion that the phenomenal world is real. If Maya is that which exists, but is constantly changing and thus is spiritually unreal, then the whole of Buddhism, which is predicated on the impermanence of everything and the total absence of a substantial soul, is nothing but Maya. The whole of reality is illusion, and there is nothing real. Science, based on nothing but the temporal and contingent, is also wholly of the order of Maya. There is nothing eternal and necessary to ground the system. That's why science has to randomly pluck existence from non-existence, a logical impossibility. The Buddhist game is all about tulpas and Maya, thought forms and illusion. It's all in the mind. It's all made by the mind, made up by the mind. But where did the mind come from? There is no essential mind in Buddhism, and therefore mind itself is illusory. How does an illusion create illusions? Scientists believe in lifeless, mindless matter, and nothing besides, so life and mind, consciousness, the unconscious, subjectivity and free will are all of the order of illusion. Science loves illusion. A tulpa was originally imagined as a being created by one mind. But what if many minds worked together to create a tulpa so that it was a collective thought form of several separate individuals? Then it would have much more power, much more reality, much more objectivity. The tulpa effect relates to the unintentional creation of a tulpa, caused by cultural belief in a being. If enough people believe in the boogeyman becomes real. Don't all say Candyman 5 times in front of the mirror. Jehovah, Yahweh was a tulpa created by the beliefs of the Jewish people. Yahweh spoke to Moses via the burning bush. Yahweh lived in a box, the Ark of the Covenant. Yahweh communicated with Moses at the top of Mount Sinai and gave him the 10 Commandments. The Jews directed Yahweh's power at the Egyptians, and Yahweh then subjected Egypt to the 10 plagues. Yahweh was so powerful that he parted the Red Sea. He also destroyed Sodom and Gomorrah. Don't turn your back on Yahweh. What was the angel of the Lord that slaughtered the firstborn of Egypt, while passing over the homes of the Jews, if not the Jews' murderous collective tulpa to avenge themselves on their Egyptian masters?